Hannah Arendt was a German-American philosopher and political theorist, one of the most brilliant minds of the 20th century. Born in 1906, she lived through some of the most tumultuous events of the 20th century, including 2 world wars and the rise of totalitarianism in Europe. Arendt's personal experiences, particularly her escape from Nazi Germany, profoundly shaped her philosophical and political thought. Her life was a journey through the challenges and tragedies of her time. She is best known for her works on totalitarianism, the human condition, and the banality of evil. These themes were explored in depth in her most famous books, such as The Origins of Totalitarianism and Eichmann in Jerusalem, a report on the banality of evil. Her writings continue to provoke debate and offer valuable insights into the complexities of the modern world. Her ideas invite us to critically reflect on the nature of power, freedom, and responsibility. Arendt's work is characterized by originality, depth, and a constant commitment to critical thinking. She explored complex themes with a clarity and passion that continue to inspire scholars and readers around the world. She challenged conventional wisdom, urging us to confront difficult truths about ourselves and the societies we create. Her intellectual legacy remains a source of inspiration and reflection for future generations. Hannah Arendt's intellectual identity was deeply rooted in the tradition of political philosophy. However, she also maintained a distinct perspective. She believed that philosophy should engage with the world of action. Arendt saw a dangerous disconnection between abstract theorizing and the concrete realities of human existence. This disconnection, she argued, could have devastating consequences, as evident in the rise of totalitarian regimes. Instead of retreating into the ivory tower of pure thought, Arendt insisted that philosophy should confront the complexities of political life. This meant understanding the nature of power, the dynamics of human interaction, and the conditions for a just and flourishing society. In her fundamental work, Arendt explores the fundamental categories of human existence: labor, work, and action. Labor, she argues, is the activity necessary for our biological survival. It is the realm of necessity. Work, on the other hand, is characterized by the creation of durable objects. Through work, we leave our mark on the world and transcend the cyclical nature of mere biological existence. However, it is in the realm of action, according to Arendt, that we fully realize our human potential. Action is the realm of politics, interaction, and discourse. Through action, we reveal our unique identities and contribute to the creation of a shared public world, much like the Agora of ancient Greece. Arendt's experience with Nazism left an indelible mark on her understanding of politics. In her analysis of totalitarianism, she sought to understand the conditions that allowed such regimes to rise to power. Arendt argued that totalitarian regimes are fundamentally different from traditional forms of tyranny. It is not simply about seizing power, but about the destruction of the very fabric of human society. Arendt identified the key characteristics of totalitarian regimes: ideology, terror, and the destruction of plurality. Totalitarian ideologies offer an all-encompassing explanation of the world, not tolerating dissent or alternative perspectives. The banality of evil, a controversial theory. Arendt's coverage of the trial of Adolf Eichmann, a key figure in the Nazi extermination of the Jews, led her to develop the controversial concept of the banality of evil. During the trial, Arendt closely observed Eichmann's behavior. Eichmann, Arendt observed, did not seem like a sadistic monster. He showed no signs of fanaticism or personal hatred. He appeared as a rather ordinary, even bureaucratic individual. He was a man simply following orders without reflecting on the consequences of his actions. This led Arendt to conclude that evil is not necessarily perpetrated by fanatical ideologues or psychopaths. Evil can be banal, hidden behind a facade of normality. Evil, she argued, can be committed by seemingly ordinary people who fail to think critically and blindly follow orders. These people do not see themselves as evil, but they are complicit in atrocities. This banality of evil was a chilling concept, suggesting that even the most horrific crimes could be committed by individuals lacking particular malice. Arendt challenged us to reflect on how the lack of critical thinking can lead to devastating consequences. The power of judgment, Eichmann, and the question of responsibility. Arendt's analysis of Eichmann sparked widespread controversy. Critics accused her of downplaying the horrors of the Holocaust and justifying the perpetrators. However, Arendt's point was not to justify evil, but to understand its nature. She was deeply concerned with the question of individual responsibility in the face of totalitarian regimes. For Arendt, the capacity for judgment is essential to prevent future atrocities. We must cultivate the ability to think for ourselves, to question authority, and to resist conformity, much like Giordano Bruno did. Thinking in Dark Times, the enduring legacy of Hannah Arendt. Hannah Arendt's legacy is one of constant engagement with the complexities of the human condition. Her ability to analyze and understand the dynamics of power and politics has left an indelible mark on modern philosophy. Her work continues to resonate with today's readers, offering insights into the challenges of our time. Her works, such as The Origins of Totalitarianism and The Banality of Evil, are still studied and discussed worldwide. Arendt's focus on the importance of political action, the dangers of totalitarianism, and the necessity of critical thinking remains more relevant than ever. In an age where information is easily manipulated, her call for individual responsibility and independent thought is crucial. In a world grappling with the rise of populism, the erosion of democratic norms, and the return of extremist ideologies, Arendt's warnings serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of freedom. Her words remind us that freedom is never guaranteed and must be constantly defended. She urges us to be vigilant in defending human dignity, to resist the allure of simplistic answers, and to embrace the messy, challenging, but ultimately rewarding task of building a more just and humane world. Her legacy invites us to think deeply and act with courage and integrity. Only through collective commitment and a deep understanding of the lessons of the past can we hope to build a better future. An invitation to action. Arendt's relevance in the 21st century. Arendt's work is not just a historical artifact, but an invitation to action. It reminds us that we are not mere passive observers of the political landscape. We have the responsibility to engage in the public sphere, to participate in the ongoing dialogue about the kind of world we want to create. This requires courage, critical thinking, and the willingness to listen and interact with those who have different opinions. Arendt reminds us that the struggle for freedom and justice is never truly over. It requires constant vigilance, commitment, and the willingness to face uncomfortable truths. Thank you for your attention. This video was made by Class 5A of the Scientific High School.